Hey everyone, Brad from Heavy Diesel Softworks here, and today I want to give you an update on what I've been changing with Weapon Master over the last couple weeks. As you know, I was on vacation for about a week, and I got back and I have been able to solve the two-handed aiming stabilization problem, as well as add a couple new other tweaks to Weapon Master as well. First off, big thanks to Mordentroll and Mitch from the VR forums. Both of them guided me in the direction and helped me out with blueprint code and whatnot on how to actually get this working correctly with Weapon Master. I've completely changed the hierarchy of the guns to work and to make this work correctly, and I think I think I've achieved that. I think I've achieved what people have asked for, and what really is it turns out being a very good system. All right, without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and show you the stabilization. I've already got a mag in. So reach up here, use the grip to grab, and as you can see, your front hand will affect where you're aiming, but your twist of your right hand also works, and you can combine the two, and it works extremely naturally. See if I can do this with my left eye. Boom, got him. And it's just really nice. It feels really natural. You can even shoot from the hip, which feels it just feels really good. And I've played things like Onward and other games that implement systems like this, and this is a this is pretty nice compared to Onwards, where if your hand gets too far away from the position, it ejects from the gun. I like this one better because your hand is locked on there unless you release it. Let's do a couple more shots. You can still use the canid because it respects the roll of your right wrist. Now, if you can hit anything, that's a different story. And using this method, along with how I'm turning off late update, it actually makes aiming through scopes a lot easier. It's just way more stable. I actually stack the controllers, so my controller's stacked like that. You can't see the controller, but it makes for a really stable platform for shooting. And this is in games like Onward, you can't stack the controllers because if your controller gets too close to the other one, your hand snaps off the gun. But with this system, you can stack the controllers where I have the left-hand controller below my right-hand controller and held lengthwise like it's part of a gun, like it's the handle of a gun, or not handle, but the barrel area of a gun. And it works extremely well in the absence of having some type of physical setup that many people are running. Go ahead and put a fresh mag in. All right, let's see. Another thing, well, after that, of course, stabilization, it also actually stabilizes the actual recoil. You've seen that. You see how I fixed the hand. That's actually a hand that's part of the gun now, and when we get to doing animations, there'll also be a hand that's a right hand that is animated as well to show all the different actions of the guns once we get to that state in Weapon Master. But let's see. One cool thing, I'm gonna talk about the inventory a little bit. This is another new aspect of it. As you'll see, the inventory lights up when you can interact with it, or it turns green. So with a gun, if you have a gun in your hand, I put this right here, it won't do anything. But if I have a gun in my hand and I do that, it tells me I can, put it in my chest holder right there. If you've got a mag, it makes it way easier to get mags in and out of your inventory. and you're not going to drop stuff. It just makes everything way more simple. So, one cool thing that I don't know if I've shown or not, but this is sort of a gameplay thing that I think is neat, which is really something that's really cool about having VR in general, is let's say you're making like a military game, or you're making a zombie game. You got tons of zombies coming at you. Well, this is a type of gameplay you can have. Let's say your players firing off shots. They can do quick switches like that because we can allow the gun to be moved by left hand. Obviously, it's not. You can set different values, and my values are wrong. See how it's snapping out? You can just change that to be more correct. But yeah, you can quickly switch between offhand and main hand. And if it's the offhand, I can't pull it. I can't fire this gun if it's in its offhand state. Only when I have a main hand on there. And you can add that to your game. Other than that, I have pretty much only thing I have left to add are the example levels. For getting the 1.0 version out, we have a bunch of bug stuff to fix. Things I want to be better. But yeah, I feel like we're getting really close, and I hope my next videos will be covering the example levels, and I'll keep you up to date on bug fixes. I'm tentatively saying that we're going to have this out in 2 weeks, but I can't promise that because it depends on bugs and whatnot. And what I mean by out is submitted. Unless we put something on one of the other platforms that lets us sell earlier, I will let y'all know when we get there. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. I'm pretty happy where things are right now. We still got a bunch of work to do, but we will keep in touch with y'all. Have a good one.